certain people we put them in categories. Those that we do business with because we don't want them to think, oh, well, fuck, this guy's just psychotic and how can I trust him? Or those people who are personal who expect us to act a certain way and know that it's okay, that when we're sharing with them, they can trust that we're being open and honest. I think that's the biggest fear many of us have, are people are going to abandon us. I know I do. With my mom passing away, I sit there and I think, how do I deal with that? And it's been April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It's been about 7 months. And so what I decided to do is I created a daily journal with my mom. And it allows me to talk to her just like I would talk to her, the good, the bad, and the ugly of our conversations. And then I read it to myself. And I realize people say, oh, you're going to be okay. I don't ask people if that opinion. And no one needs to ask someone that. If someone's not in our life anymore, then we have to figure out the coping skills because we got to make changes in our life to fill those voids. And I've been working on that because I always told myself, when my mom goes, I'm going to go, because that's really been the only true friend I've ever had. There are people else in my life, my brother, other people, but they have someone. I've never really had anybody. And by choice and by my personality, by certain things about me that are very difficult, being intimate, getting close to someone because I'm afraid they're going to leave. I'm afraid this is going to happen or my psychosis is going to fucking take over, and how are they going to handle it? And so I don't really share that much. And I finally realized that being alone might be what it's all worth. But I also put together a list this last week. I wrote a couple letters, emails actually, and I haven't sent them, just to people saying goodbye, because I figure my life's going to end by me taking it or an extreme tragedy of violence because of who I've dealt with and who I still deal with, and because I have a hard time and my psychosis takes over and certain things trigger me out in public to where I sometimes can't control myself, and I put myself in positions, or driving in a car, someone cuts me off. I still get this psychosis in my mind about how do I handle this? I'm going to go psychotic. Well, fuck them, this, that. Then I realize I got to breathe because every day I have a purpose and I know I make a difference in people's lives. But I think the big thing any of us have to deal with, how do we make a difference in our lives? So when I wrote this list, it was like the pros of living versus the cons. The pros of living are, it's one gift we have from God. And there's wonderful things to see, wonderful things to do, people to meet. It's a never-ending cycle of situations and enjoying our life. And there's family, there's friends, and all those different things. There's always those wonderful, positive things we tell ourselves. But when we get in that place mentally to where we don't care and we would just want to not be around, or we want to go to sleep, or we want someone else to do it for us so we don't look like a coward, so we engage other people, then we affect other people negatively. Those are things that I go through my head. The positives are I've got some beautiful people in my life. I'm doing some wonderful things. I know each day I get an opportunity to help people, and people get an opportunity to meet me and help me. My nephew has a little boy who's just this angel, and I know this little boy helped keep my mom alive for the last year of her life. I know that because the smile on her face, not seeing me or hearing me, but when this little boy was there, it was the most beautiful thing to see. And those are the pros. The cons are, or maybe I got it backwards. I don't have to deal with the pain every day. I don't have to wake up and be nervous that people are going to like me or love me or care. I don't have to worry about what I say, how I dress, what I do. I don't have to worry if anybody's going to miss me or if anybody cares. I don't have to sit there and think to myself, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? There are some pros in my mind about just ending it because it's very difficult, because what I live in my head, I like to share, but it's exhausting. It's overwhelming. It's sad. It's painful. And I start thinking these things at night, and then I write these things out, and then I realize, well, tomorrow I've got to be responsible. I got to keep being responsible. I have commitment to people, commitment to others. I owe people this, I owe people that, and it's because it's the truth. I do owe them for things that I'm doing in life. But at the same time, It's like, fuck, it would be so much easier. It'd be so much nicer. Now, I'm Catholic. Don't mean shit to a lot of people. It doesn't mean shit to me at times. People say, well, that's a coward's way out, or, it's against your religion. Those are man-made rules. You can interpret what you want or say that God made them. I don't know what the deal is. But if you're not here, you're not here. If I'm not here, sure, people will miss me, but you know what? They'll go on living. Just like I have a lot of guilt that I've done on living without my mom here. And there's days where I don't think about her. They literally are. There's times where I don't think about it. Then when I do, it's overwhelming. It's heartbreaking. Then I think to myself, well, fuck, I don't know how people have relationships, because if that person you're with passes away, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with that person passing? You have to. If you have children, you do it because you got to move forward. And I have different people in my life who've lost a spouse or a significant other, and they've moved forward. And when they keep saying it's because of the kids, in my mind, okay, that's nice, but you got to do it for yourself.